Who hothead?
Who hothead?
Who hothead? Okay, we're gonna start. Ready?
All right, what do we say? Okay, we have to say hello.
We are. Okay.
What language are we saying hello
Okay, ready?
in today?
안녕하세요.
What is that? What language is
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
What language is this?
Korean.
Korean. Okay, everyone, we're saying hello in Korean today.
Okay, one more time, and you're gonna do it.
Okay.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. It's almost like 안녕하세요.
I knew I said young.
안녕하세요.
I knew I said young.
안녕하세요.
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 I'm 6% Korean, so I should do this better.
Okay.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Oh, we should. 안녕하세요.
I'm trying to do it like him.
I'm trying to sound Korean.
Okay, ready?
안녕하세요.
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 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. Hi, I'm Cynthia.
I'm Crystal. This is Humble Brag.
Humble brag.
Humble Brag.
Oh, I have tea.
Once a housewife,
Always a housewife. Can we say that again for the people in the back?
Humble Brag.
Humble brag. Brag with us.
Um,
Oh, how do I say something back? So that's hello.
Hello.
안녕하세요.
Uh-huh.
And then how do I respond?
Okay.
Well, I guess
But-
I just said back, right? 안녕하세요 to you too.
Okay. Then you could say
엄청난.
엄청남.
Unto the numb.
엄청난.
엄청남.
엄청난.
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 That means
What does
great.
that mean?
Great.
Oh, great. I'm doing great.
안녕하세요. 엄청난.
엄청난.
Oh my
안녕하세요.
God. It's like people,
엄청난.
it's like we're Korean.
Okay. I love Korean food, by the way.
Delicious.
Do you know how to cook good Korean food?
I actually, you say that, I made Korean bulgogi bowls last night.
You did?
Yeah, for the kids.
What were they? Korean what?
Korean like bulgogi, the beef. So it's like sweet and spicy.
I love sweet and spicy.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's the easiest recipe. Okay, these bowls are like insanely delicious because normally it's bulgogi, Bulgogi.
What's that?
It's the beef. It's like the name of the Korean
Okay,
beef.
so any beef we can use.
Yes, usually it's like strips of beef and then, it's when you grill it like at a Korean barbecue place.
Okay.
But this recipe is ground beef. So
Okay.
it's super easy.
Easy.
Yeah. So you just make the sauce of like soy sauce, lots of brown sugar,
Wait.
sesame oil.
Take me through it. So I'm sauteing the beef.
Okay.
and then
so
I
you
do
take
my
ground beef,
Ground beef.
which
Put it-
you can buy anywhere, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then you chop, you cook it till it's like
Yeah.
kind of meal, like
Yeah.
little pieces.
Yep.
Then, okay, this is what they say. You should drain it because it's all oil.
Yeah.
I do not drain it.
You don't drain it?
Because it's like, that's the fat and the flavor, and it becomes like part of the sauce.
Oh,
So it's really
the
up to you.
secret to the sauce.
Yeah, so it's like, it's like high fatty meat
Yeah.
tastes better than dry meat. So
But
I
yeah,
keep it in.
no dry meat.
No dry meat. So you saute that with just a little bit of oil.
And okay, got it.
Yeah, just like
Olive
any-
oil, any
Yeah,
kind of oil.
like,
Okay.
Look, I've learned recently, people came for me like to help me not to use seed oil. So like
Seed oil.
like vegetable oil, like they say it's really like inflammatory and not good for you. So like use avocado oil,
Mhm.
use olive oil, anything like that. So olive oil. Then you put your ground meat in and then just wait till it gets browned. On the
Okay.
side, you're gonna make
Don't drain it.
Yeah.
So did we just leave the
just
oil
leave
in
it
the
then.
meat?
Yeah,
Or we
just leave
drain it and then put it in the sauce?
So if you want to drain it, you're just going to drain it and keep the meat
Put it
back
to the
in. Yeah.
side. Okay.
And then on the side, you're going to do like a mixing bowl
Okay.
of soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
I do some ground ginger,
Ground
fresh
ginger.
or dried.
Fresh or dry.
Yeah.
Okay.
A bunch of chopped garlic.
Okay. I love garlic.
Yep. Sesame seed.
Okay.
Sesame oil.
Sesame oil, not
Yeah.
sesame seeds.
Sesame seeds after. That's like
Oh.
a topping.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
Sesame oil.
Okay.
Tons of brown sugar. That's sweet.
Oh.
Yes.
Brown sugar?
Yeah. Brown sugar. So when
Okay.
you mix it. And then a little bit of red pepper flakes.
Ooh.
For
For the spicy.
the spicy, and that's it. And you just mix it
Mix
up, and
together.
it becomes like a slurry. And then you
Okay.
pour it right into the meat,
Okay.
and it kind of like as you cook it, it kind of seizes up a little bit.
Okay. Do we cover it? We
No.
just let it cook.
Just
Don't cover it. Just
yeah. I have a wok, but you can use
Okay.
any saute pan,
okay. Then
that
what
is it.
happens? Okay. Then we
and that is
eat it on what?
so on rice.
Okay, rice.
So I have
any kind of rice?
I mean, you can do short grain rice, jasmine rice, any Asian rice.
I love jasmine rice.
Yeah, me too. I
Okay.
usually use jasmine rice for everything.
Okay.
So I use it in my rice cooker.
Okay.
So I did this actually for Max's
I need a
birthday
rice
party
cooker.
too. I make this. Oh, you don't have one?
I don't have a rice cooker. I don't know why I don't have one because I don't really know how to cook rice.
Okay, I'll buy you one. I'm going to send it to your house next week.
See.
Whatever. It's like you need a rice cooker.
This is why I love my wife.
You need a rice cooker.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I'll send it to you today.
Okay.
So I always do this. Like Max had a birthday party for 20 kids, and we just did a line of like, you scoop your rice in a bowl, then you scoop the meat on top, and then you do toppings.
Okay.
So that literally is it. It takes 10 minutes to make.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
So Prince is coming back from Europe soon.
Yeah.
He doesn't eat meat. I could do the same thing with Impossible meat.
Yes.
The same thing.
Chicken, turkey, anything. If you don't eat beef,
He doesn't
anything.
eat beef or chicken.
Yes,
only
because
fish.
it's just a flavor agent, the meat.
Okay.
So yeah, so you can do tofu, you can do like Impossible meat, whatever you want.
Okay. All right. I love
Totally.
that.
And then you just put the meat on like with this kind of sauce
Yeah.
on the rice.
Yep.
And then I'll do like sesame seeds, green onion,
Mm.
seaweed, anything on the top. And then
Okay.
of course, like if you want to do some steamed veggies,
Yeah.
you can do broccoli, carrots, whatever. You can add
I
anything
love
like
that.
It's the best meal.
And you know what I love? It feels like it was hard to make, but it's not
But
hard
it's
to
not.
make.
No.
It's-
And the kids eat this for like lunchbox at school.
wow.
They do like a little bento box.
Yeah.
Because if you keep the meat and the rice on the rice all day, it'll get like the rice will get like mealy.
Yeah.
So you want to keep them separated.
Separate. Yeah.
And then you put it on right
Okay.
right before you eat.
I love that. You know, I think we should maybe do a fun recipe, maybe once a month. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll throw it in
Because
there.
I love that because I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah.
make that. I'm going to make that when Prince comes back.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm eating a donut.
I am the self-proclaimed potato salad queen. Do you like potato salad?
It's so funny. Potato salad has not been part of my upbringing, but I think I've had one style, like
Okay.
a red potato, right? So a lot of mayo.
Yeah. Well, I don't put a whole lot of mayo.
Okay, no, I'm very interested in it because I
Yeah.
love
There's
potatoes.
different versions and levels to potato salad.
Okay,
I can make some good ass potato salad.
okay, I'm down.
So next time I come over, I'm going to make some. You have not potato salad until you have potato salad Cynthia Bailey.
Do you have a secret to the potato?
I do have a secret. What is my secret? Oh, my secret is, okay, most people put relish in their potato salad.
Oh,
I actually buy the sweet bread and butter pickles and I
Delish.
chop them up. It makes such a difference.
okay. It's
It
like a
makes
little more
it-
chunky.
Yeah, it's a little chunkier.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure. And I put a little bit of red onion in mine as well. But I chop it up kind of fine so you're not like, some
I don't
people
mind
like
onion.
weird. I love onions.
I've been married a long
When
time.
I tell
I'm
you,
good.
I could like eat an onion like an apple.
Me too.
I love onions.
People don't like onion,
I don't know why.
like raw. I mean, I get it if your breath stinks or whatever.
I don't
but
care.
Like, I don't either.
It's worth it.
Completely.
It's freaking worth it. Yeah.
Poor Prince and Rob, but whatever. It's fine.
Look, they signed on for this. Like,
That's right.
Look, my
Like, you married this
representative, I kind of maybe showed it my representative a little bit for the first year, but now it's the full blown, like, this is it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
eat
messing
raw
around.
onion.
I want the garlic.
Yeah.
I want the onions.
But I'm sure he likes it too.
Yeah, he does actually.
Of course. I mean, that's what sucks. That's the only negative about the first year of dating. It's like so fun, but then you're like avoiding delicious food.
All of that stuff. I mean, the way we would like, we would all like, there's like at Lake Bailey, there's like 4 different bathrooms. Like at one point I was like, he never does number 2 because I never see him or smell anything.
But you know what? That's
But he like would creep around and do it. And then I would be like, okay, he's sleeping. I'm going to go, use the bathroom. Like it was just ridiculous. And I'm so happy that we can just freely
poop everywhere.
poop wherever we want to poop.
No, I think I
Poop
told you
freely.
this. I am I'm still like door closed, private. Like I don't like.
No, I do
any of
like
it.
that.
I don't
I
get
do
how
like
people
that.
pee and poop in front of each other.
No. I like to keep at least a little bathroom dignity.
Yes.
Just a little dignity, like, and respect. I feel like I don't play the fart game. Like, if it has to come out, like, fine. But if you
You
don't,
let the fart out.
I don't want to. Like,
You
if
gotta
if
absorb
I'm
it.
laughing, I only if it comes out. Like sometimes if we're watching a movie and I like laugh or sneeze, it might come out. And I don't know if that's like
You
because I'm
laugh
getting
and
older.
fart?
I think it's like an old thing.
I don't know. I don't.
Because
I
sometimes
don't-
I'll like sneeze and it'll come out and it's like, oh shit.
Oh, like
But
when
it's
you pee
always
a
an
lot?
accident. It's always an accident. It
And does
doesn't
he laugh
happen
at
that
you?
often. Yeah. He's just like, oh.
Like dudes laugh. Yeah.
So, and then he's like, well, I owe you one now. So
Like,
if
Rob
he gets,
is like,
he gets a pass if one comes out with him because every time he feels like he has to pay me back if I ever like.
Right. Well, no, it's pretty rare, but if I like accidentally fart,
Yeah.
Rob will be like, oh. Yeah, like saying like, okay.
Yeah.
Like because I don't do it openly. But like one of my girlfriends, like she's just like, oh yeah, like we let it all out. Like whatever,
Oh,
it's
wow.
natural.
A lot of people do. And they like fart on each other and they think it's funny. I don't like any of that.
No, I'm not into that. I think
No.
that's the death of, I don't know, but people, I have no idea. It's not for me. I don't like
No.
it. I don't want anyone to fart on me. I don't want to fart on anybody.
Yeah, and I'm pretty open, but I really do love to just kind of like do number 2, like off on my own and him
Yes,
not be a
in
part of
another
that.
building.
And I don't want to be a part of his number 2. You know
No.
what I'm saying?
Can we normalize saying, I love my life, but I kind of miss wanting sex?
Yes. You know, my friend was just talking to me about this, and I told her, girl, you deserve to have that fire back.
Well, thankfully, there's Addyi, an FDA-approved little pink pill for frustrating low libido in certain premenopausal women.
It's non-hormonal, and it's taken once daily, and it helps you feel like yourself again.
So if this feels familiar, check out Addyi.com to learn more. That's ADDYI.com.
Addyi, or flibanserin, is for premenopausal women with acquired generalized hypoactive sexual desire disorder, HSDD, who have not had problems with low sexual desire in the past, who have had low sexual desire no matter the type of sexual activity, the situation, or the sexual partner. This low sexual desire is troubling to them and is not due to a medical or mental health problem, problems in the relationship, or medicine or other drug use. Addyi is not for use in children, men, or to enhance sexual performance. Your risk of severe low blood pressure and fainting is increased if you drink 1 to 2 standard alcoholic drinks close in time to your Addyi dose. Wait at least 2 hours after drinking before taking Addyi at bedtime. This risk increases if you take certain prescriptions, OTC or herbal medications, or have liver problems, and can happen when you take Addyi without alcohol or other medicines. Do not take if you are allergic to any of Addyi's ingredients. Allergic reaction may include hives, itching, or trouble breathing. Sometimes serious sleepiness can occur. Common side effects include dizziness, nausea, tiredness, difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, and dry mouth. See full PI and medication guide, including boxed warning, at addyi.com/PI.
Dry skin, deeper wrinkles, crepiness. These are just a few of the visible signs of aging, something today's sponsor, Oneskin, knows all about. Now, I'm not overly concerned with aesthetics, but I do want to keep my skin healthy as I get older. That's why I love their topical supplements. They actually can help your skin feel and behave younger as you age.
Founded by an all-women team of scientists, Oneskin is the first and only skin longevity company to target cellular senescence, a key hallmark of aging, with a proprietary OS01 peptide.
OS01 is scientifically proven to decrease lines and wrinkles, boost hydration, and help with the thinning skin that often comes with age. Don't just take my word for it. They've got over 4,000 5-star reviews for their full line of face, body, sun, and travel size products.
Oneskin is the world's first skin longevity company. By focusing on the cellular aspects of aging, Oneskin keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer. For a limited time, you can try Oneskin with 15% off using code HUMBLE at oneskin.co.
That's 15% off oneskin.co with code HUMBLE. After your purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Give your skin the scientifically proven gentle care it deserves with Oneskin.
I don't want to be part of any of it.
But you know what? Now that I just thought about it, I've never heard Noelle fart.
Really?
No, like I don't know when she does it. And as a matter of fact,
I can see
she's
that she
very
never
private
farts.
about.
I can see Noelle completely controlling
like
her entire bowel system and not farting.
I'm telling you, I have never seen or smelled her fart before.
Yeah,
except when
she
she was a
doesn't.
baby and she didn't have any control.
And she's like, doesn't poop, nothing. She has no bodily functions.
You know what? She does, but she's very private about stuff like that.
I see that.
She's like kind of like to be honest, and I know you're gonna think she's crazy if you already haven't realized it. My daughter's a little different and crazy. Like
She's the
when I
best.
go to her house, she has like 3 bathrooms. Like Noelle does not allow anyone to use her bathroom except her.
That's not crazy
Like her
at all.
toilet. Like she just doesn't like. She's like, but there's plenty of other bathrooms.
Well, that's why.
Like if I just came in and used her toilet, she'd be like, "Oh,
No.
why are you using my
way,
toilet? There's
I
like
would-
20 toilets."
That's her home.
That's
And it's like, I would never want to use someone else's primary.
Yep.
Primary bathroom.
Yeah.
Like
I get it.
I like a guest bathroom. That's where we belong.
I mean, I was in labor with her for 22 hours, so I thought I was exempt from that.
Yeah.
But apparently
No.
I'm not. But I kind of get it. And I kind of, I actually, at Lake Bailey, we have the downstairs guest bathroom.
Yeah.
And I really only want the guests to use that bathroom.
Yeah.
And that's the one I always make sure it's clean.
Yeah, it's like
and,
it's like
you
a
know,
perfect.
Yeah,
But it's funny.
that's the
I don't
bathroom.
use like our formal powder rooms. I don't use them myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have one family bathroom, in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and then everyone's bedroom one.
I think that's the one I use. The one
that's like family.
That's the one.
Yeah,
like
that's
when
what,
you
yes, when you first walk into the house.
Okay.
But there's a formal one on the other side of the house, and it's like I would never even use that.
Yeah.
Like, even I would. It's like that's for guests.
Yeah.
Like they get their own bathroom, and it's like very nice and pretty, and But I can't even imagine.
Yeah,
I don't want anyone using my bathroom.
I get it now. At first, I was like, "Girl, it's not that serious." But
it is
like,
serious.
It's like respect and it's boundaries, which
serious.
Noelle always keeps me on my toes with the boundaries of it all.
She
nasty work. This conversation already.
I know. Let's move
we
on.
came in nasty, farting, pooping.
There's a lot going on this week.
What is happening?
Well, let's see. What are we going to talk about? Should we talk about
Housewives? Let's go in.
Well, let's talk about your show.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
You're like at the end. Oh,
Yes.
you filmed the reunion.
We filmed the reunion. I didn't talk to you since we filmed the reunion?
No.
I don't think I have. Oh my God. So
give us some tea.
Okay, I'll give you what I can.
Because it won't come out for like another month or so.
It's coming out. Actually, we only have 2 more episodes and it's coming in the next
2 more.
in like 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
And okay, number 1, I think we got 3 episodes, which is, you guys, if you don't know how the whole, we always like to try to explain a little bit of the backstory with this whole housewife thing. The goal is to go there and at least to show up and at least get 3 episodes.
Yeah.
You get 1 episode, that's not a good reunion. 2 episodes, not really.
2 is not
reunion.
good.
3, one time in Atlanta housewife history, we had 4 episodes.
Oh, really?
Only once, and that was good because the more reunions, the more.
Yes, you want the money.
Yeah.
So like, and it's interesting when you think about when you film a show, when you film Housewives. I don't know for you guys how many weeks. Ours is 14 weeks.
Okay.
Always. So no matter what, you're filming 14 weeks. So you can get 16 episodes. You can get 22 episodes.
You want
get
22
paid per episode.
Hello,
and you're
somebody.
doing this, and you're doing the same amount of work.
Yeah.
So you better give them a lot of content. So there's a lot of like pressure. It's not just like natural whatever's happening. Like when there's an argument, you're trying to string that thing along.
Yeah.
And when you watch a show, it's like you'll hear right before it airs like how many episodes they think they got.
Right.
You know? So like a reunion, you're already putting the dress on, you're already getting the glam, you're already fighting someone. You want to get those 3 reunions. 4 is crazy.
Yeah. 4 is like winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like
that's
seriously.
the best. Okay, so what can you tell us?
What I can tell you is, so my call time was at 6 a.m.
Oh.
And I thought I had a later call time because I'm a friend of the show.
Yes, we talked about this last week. We weren't sure.
I had same call time. As a matter of fact, I think I got there before some of the housewives.
You're treated like a full-time.
Well, you know what? Let me just say this. What I love about being an official friend this season was, although I am a friend of the show, as someone who's been a housewife forever, I really wanted to stay respectful and not be like, I know I'm a friend, but like,
but I know I've been
put some respect on my name, whatever. I really kind of just like, I didn't fall back, but I really wanted to give the housewives, especially the new ladies, room to shine and do their thing.
So nice.
And just, no, but I mean, this is their stuff. Like, I'm like, I'm a bonus. I'm the cherry on top at this point. You know what I'm saying? But they have to make this beautiful, ice cream sundae. And then I'm like there as well. So it was fun just kind of taking a step back, but also inserting myself when it made sense. But I didn't want to over insert myself. I didn't want to try to like do the most. Like I just felt like, you know what? I just wanted to be natural and organic and show up in the spaces that I needed to show up on the show. And that's exactly what I did. But I will say these ladies, and I have to shout out the cast of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. When I tell you, they made me feel so welcome. I'm on all the, the group chats with the ladies. Well, they may have one that I'm not on that I don't know about because I wouldn't know that I was on it. But we have one called Sweet 16. I think that's the only one. But they really made an effort to include me on everything. And even when when we're doing stuff and I'm like, oh, because I shot so much, people forget that I'm actually a friend of the show.
Yeah.
And I'm always saying, oh, was a friend. And they're like, stop calling yourself a friend. You're not a friend. I'm like, I am a friend of the show. You're Cynthia Byeeeee. You've been doing this forever. I'm like, I know, but I'm still a friend. I have so many questions
about this reunion.
Okay, good.
Okay, so it was already reported.
There was a no-show.
That's what I want to know first.
Okay, let's go.
So
I'll tell you what I can.
When did you find out? When did you guys all find out she wasn't there?
When we got there.
So had she called and said, I'm not coming? Or were you guys all kind of waiting? And
Porsha told me that she had spoken to her the night before. Okay. And I think Phaedra maybe had spoken to her. And as far as they knew, she was coming.
Wow.
And I didn't know until I was getting glam, and then production came over to me and they were like, hey, go say hello to Brit. Go check on Brit, which is like fine. Before the reunion, we'll go and whatever.
Yeah, they like to film. So what they do is like they like to do their own behind the scenes of the girls coming to each other's trailers or rooms.
Getting dressed. How do you feel? Normally Andy comes in there. It was so much going on. Andy never even made it to my room.
That happens a lot. He's running around. And so they try to get him to someone, at least one or two people's rooms to hear how you're feeling. But it's all like designed to sort of show the anxiety of like how you feeling months later after filming. Okay.
Absolutely.
So they asked you to go to Brit's room.
So I go to Brit's room. We have our signs on the door and I knock on the door and I'm like, hello, Brit, hello. Can I come in? Is it okay? And no answer.
By the way, I like that you knocked and made it very clear not to go into someone's room.
I would never just barge in.
I like that.
Boundaries, respect.
Yes.
And some of the girls may not want, a lot of people feeling uneasy. Maybe they don't want me to see their glam yet. They don't want me to see.
But you waited to hear.
Whatever props they may have going on in there. You know what I mean? Because
I'm referencing what happened to me back in the day, but.
Ooh, okay.
Knock on the door, naked.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
So I walk in. I slowly open up the door.
Right. And by the way, you didn't hear her.
I didn't,
because she
there
wasn't
was no
there.
response.
But you walked in because they told you.
I walked in at that point. They were like,
walk in.
Go in.
Yeah.
So I go in. No one's in there.
You know what's
glam,
crazy?
Nobody.
How that to me tells you how important your position on the show is, because they let you have the moment to discover that. Because they obviously production knew she wasn't there.
Right. At that point. Because at that point we had been there for a couple hours.
They used you to discover that she was not there. Yeah. You were the one.
I didn't even think about it like that.
They could have used anybody to have this. That's going to be
that is a moment. And then it even became a bigger moment because after the reunion, she ended up dropping a lawsuit.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
But you were the one.
I was
that's
the one.
Gonna be all. That's going to be the trailer. Every time I would tell Rob something happened, he goes, "Oh, that's a trailer."
I know. You guys
that's
are
the
such
commercial.
Producers.
I know. It. So that's going to be the moment where you walk in and no one's there.
That's crazy. And I literally had on my leg compressors.
Yeah.
Because I had massagers because I had just flown in from LA.
Yeah.
And I'm in my robe with my leg compressors and I'm going, knock, knock, knock. So
wait, where did you?
I realized
where did you film this?
We filmed the show in Atlanta.
Oh, you do in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I think for the past couple of years, they've been doing it in New York because the last time, you know what? And I didn't even realize until I got to the reunion. This is the first time that I've gone to a Housewife reunion as a friend on the show because I've never done it before.
Yes.
And I was
we
like, wow.
We talked about that last time, how it was going to be different.
I kept forgetting that. I was like, wow, this is like,
it's
once
different.
I was in it, it was in it. So anyway.
Okay, so you walk in.
I walk in, Brit's not there. So I'm like, oh shit.
So you knew in that moment.
At that point, we had been there a couple hours.
So you're now feeling something's up. It wasn't like
this is not normal.
She's in another room. It's like you knew.
So I take my happy ass over to Phaedra and Porsha's room. I'm like, because I know that they, talk to her.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, you guys, where have you guys spoken to Brit? I just went to her room and she's not there. So then we had a whole conversation and then Porsha was like, well, I just talked to her last night at 10 o'clock. Everything seemed fine, blah, blah, blah. Phaedra's like, well, when I talked to her, she's getting her nails and stuff done. So I was like, well, maybe she's coming later. I mean, at that point, we still didn't think she was not going to just not show up.
Right. Maybe she was getting ready off site.
Yeah.
Because the trailer was empty. It was untouched.
Nobody was in there. It still smelled like Lysol.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. It was clean.
So then keep going. So then what happens?
So ultimately, she just never shows up.
Okay.
And I was like, okay.
And does the production officially tell you
they officially come in and say, hey.
She's not coming.
And I don't even know if they officially told her, but at some point we just had to move on.
Yeah.
So they were like, all right, so it looks like Brit's not here. Looks like she's not coming.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so what does that mean? Because she had a lot of the things that happened this season was around Brit.
Yes.
Like her and Kelly fell out this season, who was her best friend on the show.
I remember you were
freaking frack number 2.
I remember you were telling us at the very beginning, it all changes at the end. Friendships. I remember, and I was watching. I was like, yeah, okay.
Everything changed.
Yeah.
Everything changed. This show, how we started was not how we finished, for sure.
I can only imagine the way they were scrambling, production and Andy and all that, because, it's very scheduled. The packages,
everything.
Who's next, who they expect to be fighting and all that stuff.
Yep.
You eliminate such a major player of the season.
She was definitely in the hot seat. For sure.
Yeah.
So when you pluck out one of the main,
players,
persons who was part of a lot of the conflict and drama on the show, then it's immediately I was like, shit, are we going to still get 3 reunions.
Well, that's what I was just thinking. I was like, that's impressive. You got 3.
I really thought about my bag. I was like,
Call Brit. She better owe you money.
taking one of the main players out of the game, it does not look good. So now we got to really turn up. So, well, what that meant for me as well, too. So production comes in and they're like, okay, so I was originally scheduled to go out maybe like after the second package.
Okay.
Because I was never planned to go out
Still
there in
very
the beginning.
early.
So I got bumped up a little early.
Okay, got it.
So I think it felt like they did one package and then they were like,
And then you were
get your ass out there.
Yeah.
And once I got out there, I will say this, I think I can say this. Usually the friend goes out there for a little bit and then they leave.
Yeah.
I never left once I
Right.
got out there. I got out there and I never left.
I don't think the audience would ever assume you would leave.
Yeah.
Like you were a pivotal character in this whole situation.
Yeah, I was.
Because you were always there. Like you
Yeah,
knew,
I
you
was
could
there.
talk about everyone else. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
I
you
was
have an
always putting
opinion.
the pieces together for like literally narrating the show. I was like, I almost felt like in a lot of ways like Mrs. Roper, like I was the den mother of
Mrs. Roper.
You know what I mean? Like I felt
That's
like
such a
everyone
crazy-
would come to me for
I
like different
love that.
things. Yeah.
Okay, so when did she drop the lawsuit? And by the way, I just heard.
Oh, well, let's go back. Let's go back because at that point we didn't know or wasn't sure if Kenya would be there, which I
okay.
felt like this was the perfect opportunity for her to come,
I'm sure.
to have her voice
Yeah.
on that platform to just say what she needed to say what she wanted to say, whatever it was. I felt like she deserved to have some voice
Yeah.
in some way, whether it was there, out, like something, what
I
I'm saying?
wonder if they ever thought about that. I wonder if they, considered that.
I don't know, but I know that it would have been, well, I thought she deserved that.
Yeah.
That opportunity. Now, she could have, I don't talk to her. Well, sorry, she doesn't talk to me. So I wouldn't know what's happening with her. But, maybe those conversations were had. Maybe she elected not to come. I don't know. I don't know because I did see something online where she said she was invited and then she was uninvited. So I don't really know what happened with that.
My gut is that she ultimately was not invited because I think she would have chosen, the moment to speak because she's on her own platform speaking about it. I think she would have wanted to. And I think the audience would have liked it.
Yeah. I
Especially with Brit gone. I mean, that would have been a big 360 of like, they kept Brit on the show and then at the reunion, Brit's gone and then all of a sudden Kenya's
all
gone.
of that.
That
Or
would have been
even-
crazy.
I would have loved to have seen Brit and Kenya really have a conversation at the reunion.
Yeah.
And say what needed to be said and move on.
Yeah.
Because then I think like regardless of who's coming back or whatever, I feel like that would kind of would have been a great reset to at least position people to come back or not come back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't be in the way of anything.
Right.
Because then we could like close that out. And I think the fans would have just loved at this point to have just seen a conversation between those two because it never happened.
Yes.
It just never happened.
Right.
So,
Okay. So
now, next question.
there's so much. I'm like dying to know. Okay. So this lawsuit dropped. I did
Yeah.
read that it recently or yesterday that it wasn't a full lawsuit. It was like an intent to do it. That it's not a real lawsuit yet. No, it hasn't been filed with the attorneys. With the attorney's office. Like,
So it wasn't actually filed.
it's not filed. That's what I just heard. I'm a little sleuth.
So, okay, you're smarter than me. So what's the strategy behind dropping a
I
lawsuit
think
that's really not a lawsuit yet?
from the basic thing that I saw was that.
And insert.
Yes.
And then she also said that it wasn't her in the photos, which
Okay, we're going to get to that
Okay, go ahead.
because you were there.
I was.
So obviously I'm curious about that. I just heard that it was not like an official lawsuit against Bravo. It was like a request for like information from them to prep for a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless,
Okay.
it sounds like she's headed that direction in a full lawsuit. Either way, it came out in a big way. But the lawsuit was that it was for defamation and whatever it was, but that the picture wasn't actually her in that sexual
So let me jump in there.
nature.
Okay.
So how are you suing
What are you
if it
suing
wasn't
for?
you? What are you suing for?
So is she?
So was it her?
Okay. So from what I saw, I can't remember. This was like a year ago that this
Right.
whole crazy thing happened.
Yeah, but did
Um,
anyone question if it was her?
I didn't. To me, it looked like her. It looked like a younger version of her.
Okay.
But it definitely looked like her. Now, like most of us, I think some work has been done. So she may look a little different now than she did when she was younger.
But
Beautiful girl both ways, but, I'm just saying. So, but it looked like it could have been her to me for sure.
Okay,
Like I didn't look at it and be like, that's not her. Like I didn't think that.
Okay,
I did not think that for sure.
I have to look this up because not the picture.
Okay, I don't think it's out there. Is it?
I hope
don't think so.
not. See, it just says lawsuit over, but I read it that it wasn't a full-fledged lawsuit quite yet.
Okay.
Oh, lawsuit is inactive. Here's one.
Inactive.
She hasn't filed the proper paperwork, and nor has Bravo, NBC Universal been served papers. So that's what's out there right now, is that
So what
she
was
hasn't
the strategy?
filed
So to just
properly.
like warn them that a lawsuit is coming?
Maybe, or
Like
maybe
who
they
gives
would
somebody a heads up? Like that?
well, it could be, hey, you know what? I'm about to fuck you up. And then Bravo comes back and it's like, let's settle.
Oh, before we could even go there.
Yes, because
Okay.
maybe she's she's playing with you because maybe she knows she might not win.
Right.
But they
But
probably
why do you
said,
think she posted it? Like, wouldn't that be like, at this point, with everything that's happened with Brit this season, I think she probably has Bravo on speed dial at this point.
well,
That
maybe
could have
her
been, like,
attorneys,
a conversation.
but maybe this was her attorneys can't file a lawsuit because they haven't done it. They said it's inactive because she has failed to pay to take the proper steps to serve the defendants. So it sounds a little bit like chicken to me.
Chicken.
I'm gonna fuck you up, and it's like pay up, and then now
Mhm.
they're like, okay, go for it, but then she hasn't filed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you don't hear about it. You don't hear much about it
No,
yet.
I haven't heard anything lately.
Because I think that she doesn't have enough information. Like, why are you going out there saying that picture's not of me? So how is it defamation?
Okay, let's go back to, so this is the part
I literally have
that's
1% of
confusing.
information, but like,
Okay,
we're just talking about based on the minimum.
Mink off. If I came to you and said, Crystal, there is a photo of you that was shown to me and the Humble Brag staff of
Yeah.
you sucking a wee-wee, right?
What? Like, how is she going to say this?
I don't like to say D-S-E-K.
Okay. Penis. Cock.
Penis. Oh, I don't like to say cock. I hate that word.
Okay. How about fellatio?
Okay, fellatio. Thank you.
I just try to say all of the words to make
yeah.
you uncomfortable.
But I don't like the C word.
Head.
And I don't like...
Head is such a simple word.
It bothers me when people say,
Head?
like, I'm going to give you head. I don't know why. Because it's like,
Well,
what is
I'm
that?
just
Like,
sorry
that's
for
so
anyone
weird.
who doesn't
This
like to-
is like
Okay,
not
whatever.
like...
If you saw a picture of me performing sexual acts.
There you go. I think the first thing you would say to me would be what? You want to see... When you want to see
the photo.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, yeah. Like, where do they get that from?
Okay,
what
my
is it?
thing is...
How do they have that?
Yeah, I would be like, what picture?
Yes,
I want to
exactly.
see the picture.
Correct.
That would literally be my first response.
I guess I don't want to see. Yeah, but of course, yes. I'd be
Yeah.
like, where did you get that? How do you have that?
Yeah.
Like what photo?
I need to see
what photo?
what everybody, what picture.
Yes, agree.
Okay.
100%.
Now, here's the thing that's tricky. To my knowledge, I know that I have not done videos with me performing
Sexual acts.
Sexual acts.
Yes.
But that's not to say that I couldn't have been in a situation where I was filmed unknowingly.
Oh. Well,
Somebody
yeah.
could have cameras in their house. Like,
That's
I
right.
don't know.
That's right. But right. I know that it shouldn't be out there because it doesn't exist that I'm aware of.
Exactly.
So yes.
So I would be like, what picture?
Right.
Show me.
Yeah.
And apparently she never saw the photo when it happened, which that would have been the
crazy.
first thing that would have been the first thing I would ask to see, like before we even did anything. Yeah.
Okay. Unless, to your point, I think, if you know you have photos like that,
Well,
maybe you don't already see it. It's like, which one? It's like that one. Oh yeah, that one.
Right.
So she said she never saw it. And
During
then,
that time.
and then
she heard that it was done, but
and
she
then
never
she
saw the
finally
photo.
saw it 8 months later and said it wasn't me.
Well, apparently, she just said that it wasn't her. So I guess at this point she's seen the photo to confirm that it's not her.
This girl's messy. I mean, now you're dropping lawsuits, not really
Well,
dropping them, not
this
seeing
is
your
a mess.
picture of you doing sexual
this
acts.
whole
Now you haven't seen it. Like,
Yeah.
now it's not me.
Yeah. This
And
whole
then you-
situation is a mess. I try to give Brit grace because
But if it's not you, then you
I-
don't go to the reunion?
I have
That's-
no issue with her personally. She's always been nice and lovely and classy and
Sure.
awesome to me. So I don't want to
No, you don't say it in
discredit
negative.
her in
I'm
that way
just-
because I don't know. I just
Sure.
know her from the show, and she's been nothing but nice.
But how do you not show
the
up to the
situation is
reunion?
definitely a mess. It's all over the place. Like I couldn't be more confused, and I was a part of the show. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I get that because you're like, that's how I always felt on the show. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, so much
Like, what?
happened. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nuts. But like to not show up, I would come up to the reunion like if I really knew it wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, why would you? You know, I'm so disappointed. This whole time I was devastated, and then
Yep.
I found that she doesn't even post a picture of me.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. Or,
But that's always still the intent, I guess, of what,
of course,
you know, obviously the person that put the picture up thought it was her or whatever, allegedly. I don't know. It just gets so
maybe
messy.
she
This is a
said
mess.
that. Maybe this is all conspiracy theory. Maybe it was a picture of her, but she knows that it can't ever be shown publicly. So she'd rather just leave with
Say
like,
that
that
it's
wasn't
not her.
me. Because like for me, that part I get. At the end of the day, all I would want is to be like, I never did that. Like like she has kids, like the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. She doesn't have kids.
No kids.
She
Okay.
doesn't have kids.
Okay.
But
like,
I know she's trying to have a baby.
okay, but like,
Mhm.
if you don't want that kind of idea of that,
Yeah.
scarlet letter on you and you're going to leave the show anyway, they know they're not going to pick her up again or whatever. It's like, that wasn't me. And like,
Well, I don't know. Like, none of that. Like, nobody knows. I don't even think right now. We shot the reunion a couple weeks ago. I don't think
I saw something
anyone-
yesterday. Phaedra said she's coming back.
Oh no, Phaedra I know for sure is coming back.
Okay, she said that.
But I don't know if anyone else. I don't know if anyone else has gotten their pickup letters. No one's called me about like the friend thing again because I would love to go back as a friend.
Yeah.
But Phaedra told me when she signed. You got to remember, Phaedra only shot 10 days of last season.
So
I
did she
think
do
her
like a double
contract
deal?
was like, look, I'll come back. I'll jump in on the tail end, but I'm guaranteed to come back. I'm just
that
talking in
makes
my
sense.
mind of how that probably made sense because I don't think they would just be like, oh, we're just going to use you for the last 10 days of season 16 and
then
we'll
prove
never see you
yourself-
again.
Right, and then prove yourself for next season.
Yeah, so they
that makes sense.
Probably locked that in and just made it one deal because literally she's basically coming back for season 17.
Right.
Because she was such a small part of season 16.
Right. So it's probably like a season 17 deal, but like come in earlier.
Basically.
Yeah.
And we'll throw you a little extra
Yeah.
to like wrap up.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But she's the only one that has said that she has been picked up.
Right.
And I think because she was already picked up.
Right. Okay. Because I thought, wow, that's early. Like I've never seen pickups so early.
Yeah.
And that you're going to film soon like
Yeah.
that.
To my knowledge, I just did Watch What Happens Live with Angela Oakley, who had an amazing season.
Yeah.
The fans love her.
Yeah.
She like really, she just came in like the right way. Like it almost felt like Angela really studied the show because she nailed it. She killed it. She didn't do the most. And then when it's time to ignite, whenever somebody came for her, she just really did a phenomenal job as a first season housewife, which is not easy because first season usually sucks for all of us because we don't know what the hell we're doing. And it's just very overwhelming. Just
Some
just
people
getting
just get
adjusted.
it.
Yeah, she got it.
Some people
Like
get
in the beginning part, like there was some things that happened, and we talk about it at the reunion. I don't know if they're going to keep it in or not, but there was a point where she was like thinking about like quitting.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with her to encourage her to keep going.
Yeah.
And she took my advice. Trust me, my first season, I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Like, how do I
It's
jump
not
off
easy,
of this?
but she did great. How was
And-
Watch What Happens?
Oh, it was fun. It was good. It was good. It was really fun. But wait a minute. I want to say one thing. I want to wrap up the reunion.
Yeah.
Okay, with Brit. The one thing I will say about the reunion is, regardless, I know this was a really tough season for Brit. Like, first of all, to go against one of the biggest players is hard.
Yeah.
It's hell first season. But I felt like at this point, she has gone through so much. I was really disappointed that she didn't show up at the reunion because I feel like at this point, this is where you just put your big girl panties on and be like, hey, let me just own what I need to own
Yeah.
and show, like, hey, this was not the best season for me.
Yeah.
But I am still here. My ass is sitting on this reunion couch and I'm ready to face the fire and I'm ready to say what I need to say and see what happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how many reunions that I would have loved to have not shown up to?
I know.
When I had to like spar against like a Nene, like one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
And I had to
It's
drag my
hard.
ass out of bed and I showed up anyway, not knowing, how
Yeah.
many red dots were going to be on my head.
Right. No, it's hard, but look, I can't judge her or blame her for not showing up. Like, it's one of the most anxiety ridden experiences anyone could have. Like,
yeah, it's tough.
I got shingles after my first season.
Oh my God.
I was
I can
hospitalized
totally
for
see that.
the
You're
stress
so
is
stressed out.
it's too much. And I think for me, if that was my storyline, I would be in bed crying every day. I could not handle it. And some people are like, whatever. And I'm like, You know, the audiences can
I
be
know.
tough on you.
Okay, but here's the thing. Let's say this. Okay, everybody has a past. I'm not judging anybody's past. So if you have this past that would be super interesting or whatever, or you may not want people to know about, you don't come on a platform like this. Because the first thing these girls are going to do
I don't
is
know.
dig up the past.
I don't know. You don't dig up sexual, that's...
I know,
that's
but
a little too much
Beverly
for
Hills,
me.
maybe not, but I feel like, well, obviously on Atlanta, like there are no boundaries. And
yeah, well, that's, yes, I
if
understand. You sign up.
If you're doing anything crazy, anything criminal, any of those things.
Well, criminal's different. You know, that's like...
That is a different thing.
That's different. You know, everyone has sex.
Yeah.
Everyone
has sex.
Yes,
everyone has
private
sucked
lives.
a wee-wee.
Yes, and like 99.9% of people don't ever have it exposed publicly, even though we all know that exists.
Absolutely.
So I just feel like, for me, that would have been so just a line that I don't know I could recover from. And that's why maybe I understand if she's saying it's not her.
Yeah.
That's her way to, you know, resolve that and be like, well, that wasn't me anyway. So like, you know, and then just kind of hopefully go off into the, you know, abyss and no one ever mention her name again.
Yeah. Well, this is what I was trying to explain to the cast who had their opinions about how Brit handled the situation. Apparently she was very defensive after. I was like, you guys.
Defensive? Yeah, I would
like. Who would want to be in those shoes for that experience? Who would want to be in her shoes for that experience? Like,
and
seriously.
It was done not just in front of 100. I mean, it was like a group of. Like, it wasn't even private. It's on.
Yeah.
It's someone has a camera with footage of that.
Yeah.
And defensive, of course, I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
I really would.
That was hard. Like, she kind of really came in, and that happened, and it just fucked her up.
People lose sensitivity in this.
Fucked her up. You know, we have, I mean, you know, our first season, we didn't even have anything happen to us and we were stressed out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine throwing something like that in the pot. But at the same time, I felt like if I chose to come on a show like this, I wouldn't be expecting anything like that because nobody would. However, if I did have any kind of past, whatever, I'd be like, okay, this could come up. And if it comes up, I have to be ready. I would have came on, taken accountability from before anyone could even try to expose me. Hey, you know what? I used to be an escort. Hey, you know, I used to whatever. I used to be a prostitute. Whatever it is I used to be. I would own it, take accountability and be like, I was wild when I was young. I did all kind of things that I'm not proud of. However, I made it through. I'm in a different space. I found the Lord. I got a great husband. Like, whatever it is.
But that would be after something like that happened. I think you really, like...
But playing defense,
but it's easy to say
go ahead
that.
and throw it out there. Like Eminem, what's the song that Eminem sang? That's it's like the song where he talks about if you say everything about yourself already, nobody can really talk about you.
I know, but
because
like
you just go ahead and put it out there.
Like
I felt like
you ever assume that was going to be the thing?
That's true.
Like, okay, a criminal past. Okay, like that's public knowledge, or your politics, or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
But like I said, everyone has a partner.
Yeah.
Everyone has sex.
Yeah.
So like, I would not think that would be the thing that you're going to try to shame me about.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think anyone saw that coming.
You know? So
no pun
I feel
intended.
like, hey, I've all had...
Sorry, I couldn't.
Penis.
No one saw that coming.
So I feel like, I think people... When you watch a show like this, sometimes it feels almost like not real. It's like soap opera.
Yeah.
But you forget, like, this is someone's experience and life, and they go home to their husband and they're trying to make a baby and like raise his child
and trying to change their life and move on, you know, with their life.
Like, and it's like not her husband too. All these things. Like, by the way, I wouldn't ever want that of Rob to be exposed, but I don't want him to see me with someone else in the past. Like all that. Like, it's just so. And that's not something you can like be like, hey guys, I fucked other guys before just in case you have a picture of me. Like, that's crazy.
True. That's true.
I think that's crazy. And I feel bad for her. I don't really understand the lawsuit. I think there is a lawsuit somewhere, but I really don't know. You signed the dotted line. So yes, all these things are potential to happen.
Well,
but I think that one was rough. Personally.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
I just wouldn't want that.
No, I don't think anyone would want that.
You know, if I did something illegal, like it's up for grabs.
Yeah.
This is this is crossing the line.
It's a lot.
Yes.
It's a lot.
All right.
Yeah.
Any more about Atlanta?
What else can I say without saying too much? It's a good 3 episodes. Although as a friend of the show, I did try to give my opinion and chime in. I definitely want. I didn't want to just sit there the whole time and just look flawless the whole time. So, it's like,
I've seen the photo and you look so stunning.
Thank you.
How did you feel?
I felt good. I felt really good. I kind of went for just very chic, simple, old Hollywood.
Loved it. How did everyone look?
Vibes. Oh my God.
Was it like
everyone
over the
looked
top?
completely different. There was there was somebody that was really over the top, but I'm not gonna say.
Yeah.
And I think you'll be able to figure out once you see the promos. You're gonna be like, oh, so this one was over the top. My favorite.
I'm gonna guess it's Phaedra.
Oh my God, you're so good. Phaedra definitely committed to the theme.
Yeah, I can see Phaedra wearing some peacock, like
she committed,
blue, but like actually look like a
Phaedra
peacock.
fully committed to the theme.
It's always
I will say
Phaedra.
that she definitely committed to the theme. Now I will say my favorite dress.
Yeah.
Was Porsha's dress.
Porsha, okay.
It was very different, very unexpected. I really liked her dress a lot.
Okay, cool. I'm excited. Oh, how I love summer. Something about it just makes you feel your best. So what better time to create healthy meal habits that last? What better time to get Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for clean eating?
Green Chef makes it easy to spend less time in the kitchen and more time in the spring air with their heat and eat meals. You can enjoy a delicious, wholesome meal in just 3 minutes. Plus, with 80+ weekly options, Green Chef makes it easy to find meals that fit your lifestyle.
Perfect for supporting your wellness journey, Green Chef recipes feature fresh, organic, seasonal produce and 100% responsibly sourced proteins to help you feel your best.
Green Chef's real, clean ingredients help you build lasting, healthy habits without the hassle. Enjoy salads ready in just 5 minutes, protein-filled breakfasts, or nutrient-rich smoothies to fuel your day. Green Chef is ready to nurture your nutritional needs.
With 80+ dietitian-approved weekly meal options, Green Chef makes it easy to find meals that fit your lifestyle. Pick from Mediterranean, gluten-free, plant-based, and protein-heavy, even gut and brain health, and calorie-smart choices too.
The recipes change every week with week-to-week flexibility. You can adjust your plan to match your mood and your schedule.
My favorite meal is the Italian shrimp and creamy rice.
Yum! My favorite is chicken with lemon crema. You guys have got to try it.
So make this summer your healthiest yet with Green Chef. Head to greenchef.com/50humble and use code 50humble to get 50% off your first month. Then 20% off for 2 months with free shipping.
That's code 50humble at greenchef.com/50humble. Have you heard that more people now consume cannabis than alcohol? Maybe it's because there's no hangover. Whatever the reason, Cornbread Hemp just launched these incredible THC seltzers.
Finally, a THC seltzer that tastes and feels amazing, perfect for spring and summer. This is a low-calorie drink with only 30 calories and 5 grams of sugar, and it's made with pure THC and all natural ingredients, no synthetics.
Each can has 5 milligrams of THC, which is the perfect amount so you don't feel couch-locked or paranoid. It's perfect for unwinding, kicking back, and enjoying the moment without alcohol or a hangover. Plus, there's 4 delicious flavors to choose from: blueberry breeze, peach iced tea, raspberry limeade, and salted watermelon.
Right now, Humble Brag listeners can save 30% off their first order and enjoy free shipping on orders over $75. Head to cornbreadhemp.com/humble and use code HUMBLE at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/humble, code HUMBLE. Cornbread Hemp, this is the good life.
I wish I could say what side of the couch I was on, but did they show the reunion chart?
I think they did. Because I think you were supposed to be on one side and then they put you on the other to fill it in.
Okay, so had Brit come, I assume Brit would have been next to it was okay, so first chairs was Porsha and Shamia.
Yeah, okay.
But then a lot of fans had a problem with that because Drew was like all the way at the end on the other side of the couch, and a lot of people felt like Drew Sidora should have been closer up. And then a lot of people felt like Angela Oakley should have had first chair.
I saw Drew at the end and I was like,
why is Drew at the end?
I did not, I think we talked about that with, it was Dorit and then Bose and then someone, and then Erica.
Yes.
And
Erica was at the end.
At the end. And I remember feeling like I felt like I was always the newest one on the show. They have a new girl and then they'd leave. And I was always like the second newest. And I was at the end. And it was like, that's correct.
Right.
I'm into hierarchy.
Yeah.
And I know that some people have like major storylines, but seeing Drew at the end made no sense to me. Give her like
a lot of the fans agreed with that because she was definitely very much involved in the season, to say the least. I've always been like middle to end. I've never been first seat.
Yeah. Great.
which was
Better.
by the grace of God, because that first seat is
You don't want
like, that's where you get all the smoke.
Yeah.
Is the first seat.
Second seat is good.
Second seat is good. I think I've been second seat before.
Yeah, second seat's good.
I've
Okay,
been
so
second, third, and then last.
so Porsha and Shamea.
Shamea were first seat.
Okay.
And then Angela was next to Shamea.
Yeah.
Phaedra was next to Porsha. So when I came out, literally it was like 4 people on one side.
Yeah.
And then only Phaedra and Porsha on their couch by themselves. So they put me on the couch with Phaedra and Porsha. And had Brit showed up, she would have been on that couch.
Yes. That makes sense.
I wonder if Kenya had showed up, what side she would have been on.
Well,
we had plenty of room on our couch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you can go both ways anyway.
I could have sat literally in Andy's lap at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they could have put me anywhere. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, so that was that. So the seating chart was definitely interesting.
Yeah.
The fans were definitely like a little like, well, why is this? Why is that? But I think once the show comes on, like some of that will play out. But I don't know. I think people still will actually have a lot to say about those 2 first seats. But I will say this, Porsha definitely had a tough season this season.
And she have a tough reunion?
I will say this, which is why I really wish Brit and King had been Reunion. Despite the fact that Porsha had such a tough season, maybe this is just the OG thing at this point because she's kind of considered OG.
She's very OG.
She came in my opinion, she controlled that reunion from the time she sat down until she left. She totally did what needed to be done, said what needed to be said, and I don't think she's going to have any issues next season coming back for sure.
She was ready.
Yeah. And trust me, it's like when you have a tough season, especially even where the fans are like dragging you and stuff, to come in and
she's an OG.
fix it. Like
wow.
It was definitely a fix it Jesus moment in the words of Phaedra Parks.
Wow.
She fixed it Jesus, in my opinion.
She fixed it Jesus.
Yeah,
I literally love all of these lines. They're so good.
Portia had an excellent reunion.
Okay.
And coming in like in that situation and being in the hot seat, like I was really curious how was it all going to go out. But, she had a whole tough season for a lot of reasons, like going through that divorce and this. And remember her husband.
Yeah.
He was detained by ICE, but now he's out. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, he just got out like a week ago. Well, he got deported. He went to, they deported him back to Nigeria.
Yes, I read something.
But apparently he's in Dubai now too. So I just can come to say, but she won. She won her case with him. I think he has to pay her like $40,000 a month. And she gets a car and the Rolls Royce. It's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
I didn't realize how wealthy he was.
Listen, I clearly married the wrong 2 people.
I mean, but if he's going to prison for money, right?
Stuff in my divorce. I didn't even get a car or a house. I didn't get shit in my divorce.
It's okay. We're going to get you there. We're going to get you.
Except peace. I did get peace. Thank you so much to my former husband for just letting me at least leave with my peace. Because at the end of the day, I think that's more important than $40,000 a month. It's more important than a Rolls Royce and a beautiful $2 million, $3 million house.
Keep telling yourself that. Yeah. So I noticed that Father's Day, people were praising you and Leon because I saw mine. It was like really nice, like how great you guys co-parent and like.
Yes.
So you know what? That is peace.
It is peace.
To have parents.
Leon and I were never married.
Or separate, or never married, or
but people assume that we were married. That's where the whole thing is.
Oh, why people think you have more marriages?
Oh, they're like, oh my God, just give it up, Cynthia. You've been married so much. Just like be alone and stop trying to be married. I've been married twice, but people assume that I've been married 3 times, which is not even that many times. But anyway, 2 times is like first time is almost like
2 times nothing.
The first time you don't even know what you're doing. You're like, okay, I'm married, and it's almost like a practice run.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And then the second time, you take what you learned in the first marriage and you try to apply it. And then that still didn't end up working out with me because I just don't think my second husband was my person. And I don't think I was his person. And then that was that. And then what happens in the second marriage is you just call the shit quicker because you already been through your first marriage for 8 years. And you're like, what I'm not going to do is sit over here for 10 years when I'm seeing red flags or seeing like there's no real compatibility or just knowing that, this might not work. I don't need to be with you 20 years to be like,
this isn't good.
No.
Yeah. You learn a lot more as you get older.
I'm like, okay, I've seen enough red flags.
Yes.
I'm out of here.
Yes. Okay, let's go to Beverly Hills.
Let's go to Beverly Hills.
A lot of news, and I didn't even think about this until this moment. I have tea.
I love when you have tea.
And I'm not on the network anymore, so I can say whatever I want to say. So,
okay, I feel like I need to set this up.
So one, we know that Rachel Zoe
is
the new cast member.
Yes.
I actually knew that a little bit before it was announced.
How did you know?
Because someone on the show told me.
Oh.
who's going back.
Okay.
Because Rachel and I used to do Mommy Me together, so I know her a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I knew, but we're like not close whatsoever. But you know, we're friendly. Like, hi,
Okay.
how are you? You know,
Okay.
she popped in sometimes to Mommy Me. She wasn't like wasn't a full time like.
How many kids does she have?
She has, I think, 2 boys.
Okay.
So
what are the
her-
ages? Like around?
So I was doing I think same age as Max and Zoe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like 12, 11, you know, but different school than us.
Okay.
But I would see her more when they were little babies, and then I kind of see her at events now. You know, so she was recently divorced. A lot of people think, I saw online, people think that like she's getting divorced on the show, like it's new. She's been divorced for a minute.
Who is she married to? Anyone that I would know?
I don't know his name, but he like runs her company.
Oh, okay.
So they're partners.
Oh, okay.
So
Ooh, I wonder how that works out when you divorce and you guys were working together.
I assume that because they've been together for so like 20 years, that all their money is tied up together.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure this is a way to do something separate.
Okay.
I'd imagine.
Well, she is a little fabulista.
Yeah.
So she seems to live a very fabulous lifestyle.
Yes. And by the way, she's returning to Bravo.
Yes.
At
Because
the end of
she
the
had-
day, yeah.
Oh, what
she had
show
her own
was she on
show. She
before?
had the Rachel Zoe Project.
That's right.
So people are not like, oh, Rachel Zoe. It's like, you know who she is because
That's
of her
right.
show.
That's right.
Like, she's just a stylist to celebrities. Like, she used to, I don't think she does anymore.
Yeah.
But like, people know her because of Bravo.
Well,
So I think Bravo's in an era of just returning people from the past. I think it's like,
well, that's good for all of the
It's very
people
good.
that like. Thank you, Bravo, for bringing. You know.
yeah, because I think
Bringing us
Bravo
back.
audience likes nostalgia. I think
Yeah.
like it's the same audience.
Well, they know us.
Yes.
We're
I think that's-
familiar.
Yes,
We're
familiar.
comfortable.
So the audience is familiar to her. Not, I think people think it's like, oh, because she's a stylist. Like, no, because you used to watch her
Yeah.
and her husband
Yeah.
build the company.
Yeah.
So I think that's why people will know that. I think they're going to be interested in her like post. I think they divorced last year. So I think people will be interested in their post divorce thing.
I
But the
find
tea
her
I have-
interesting. I think she's a good choice to throw in the mix. And
I do too.
I'm here for her fashions, to be
Yeah.
honest. I think she's going to take that to the next level on the
Yeah.
show. But she just has that kind of like, she gets on my nerves because she has like effortless kind of fashions. She just looks like she just
She's a
throws stuff
stylist.
on. I know, but she still makes it look so easy. Like I saw a photo of her with some beautiful dress on, and I was like, but she doesn't look like she took 10 hours to get ready.
No, but her
and had, like, a
style is like
team.
boho. It's like very.
But it's good though.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's very
Yeah.
like
It's not me, but
Sex
it's
and the City,
Yes.
Sarah Jessica Parker back in the day.
Very.
Just easy, like, hey, I'm just a
Yeah.
cool girl.
But I'm curious how she's gonna roll with like some of the girls.
Who's gonna be her friends? You think? Who do you think?
Well, she's friends
gonna
with
be?
Kathy.
Okay, is
So-
Kathy coming back?
Yeah, Kathy's coming back.
Okay, have you spoken to Tilly? She's coming back, right?
I texted with her a little bit. Yeah, she's coming back. I think they're all coming back.
Is Tilly gonna be a friend again, or is she gonna
Yeah,
be a
Right.
housewife?
She won't be a housewife.
Why she doesn't want
She didn't
to?
want to be.
I thought she was great on Beverly Hills.
She's great. I didn't watch it, but I just love her.
Me
But
too.
she just doesn't want to do that. She's like Kathy. Like they just pop in for fun. It's just
Yeah,
like
that's kinda
it's like
where I am.
entertaining for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love. Anytime it comes up, like some of the ladies are like, you're gonna come back, or you
Yeah.
thinking about being a housewife? Now that you did the whole friend thing, and I still like this space for me.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, it's right for you.
I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those things. Like if you like want the invite, but you don't want to go.
Yeah.
I want to be asked back as a housewife, but I know
Yeah.
that right now, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, I'm still in the space where I have all these other things going on.
Yeah.
And I love just being able to still stay connected to the ladies.
Of course.
In a friend
It's
way. And I
perfect.
shot so much, I felt like a dang housewife
I
anyway.
know, but
so,
it's
yeah.
hopefully next year you won't have to if you go back. Like you won't have to like do so much if you don't want to.
Yeah, well, it kind of worked out for me in a way.
If you like it.
Yeah. Well, honey, I get paid every time I shoot, so.
Oh, well then keep it going, girl.
It wasn't like I
I'll
was
come
over-
with you.
Wasn't like I was over
wanna
there
go
for
on
free.
set. I want to go in Atlanta.
You want to come on Atlanta?
Yeah, I do.
Crystal, that would be so much
I
fun.
just want to watch.
They would love you.
I just want to watch. That is so much fun.
You have to come to Lake Bailey. And you have to
Okay.
come. If I come back as a friend, or I'll just manifest when I come back as a friend.
Yeah.
If I do a Bailey Q again, manifest. I will do a Bailey Q again when I come back as a friend. You have to come to the Bailey Q.
Okay, I want to come. I am so excited.
Oh my God, we should.
I would
shoot.
not Beverly Hills wanted me to like pop in last year. I just would never. But I
Well, it was too soon. I think.
Yeah, but I would not do it.
You still wouldn't do it.
No, it's just like not makes no sense to me. Like I live
Okay,
actually
I
in LA
have to
with like,
ask.
yeah.
I know we talk outside of the pod.
Yeah.
So the conversation didn't come up to you about going back in
No.
any capacity?
No, zero.
To
But
Beverly
it's just
Hills?
new. I think it's too new.
Yeah.
Coming
It
back
just-
after a year, that's kind of doesn't happen.
See, for us, because we love you and we want you back, I feel like you've been gone for like 5 years.
No, it's only been
But it's been a year. How has it only been a year?
I know. It feels
Well, the fans.
now it feels like a year for me. But no, the fans are awesome. But like honestly,
the fans want you back. Every time they
sweet.
say, they're like, "Oh my God, we want you back."
I know, it's really sweet. But Bravo doesn't have people come back a year later. It's like really rare. You need a little space.
Yeah,
you know,
you need
a
some
little
time.
space. But
how long has Rinna been gone? It's been more than.
Rinna's been gone. She left the last year I was there, so this will be 3 seasons she's gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Time flies.
Yeah. But now she's doing Traitors.
I know.
So jealous. By the way, I saw her last week. We didn't say hello. Not, I don't think intentionally, but like we were at the same restaurant.
Okay.
There's a restaurant in LA. It's like the locals restaurant sushi joint. I'm actually going tonight.
I love sushi. Which one is it?
I was gonna say it's called Shu. It's like
where's Shu? Where's
Shu?
that?
SHU.
Shu.
It's on Beverly Glen. It's up in the hills. Everyone goes if you like live in the hills. And like literally that night, I saw her. I saw Eden Sassoon. It was like a funny Housewives night. It's just the best sushi ever. So like,
how do I not know
Shu.
about this? You know, I am a sushi
Okay,
lover.
why don't I take you this week?
I want to go. I'm in town for like a week and a half.
Do you want to come tonight?
I can't come tonight. I have an event I have to go to tonight.
I'm going to, I go all the time. But it's so the best. Kyle goes once a week. Everyone goes.
Okay, so I'm going to run into like a bunch of housewives there.
Yeah, but it's not fancy.
Celebrities. I love that it's not fancy, but fancy people go there.
Yeah, it's like it's in Bel Air and it's like the locals restaurant because the food is so freaking good.
I'm literally going to Bel Air after this to get ready to go to. I'm going to Adrienne Malou's house to get dressed.
Because, yeah. Right around the corner.
Yeah.
So
anyway, and she was close to. Well, she's in Bel Air.
Is she Bel Air, Beverly Hills? Oh, she's
she's Bel Air.
Yeah. It's literally like 6 minutes away from me.
Oh,
so
wow.
like 8 minutes from her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the best. Wait, I have tea.
More?
What tea did I give you?
Oh, it didn't happen yet. Sorry. Well, I thought the tea was okay. You never did get to the tea. Okay, I want the tea.
Okay, so the tea is, and again, this is like I have no idea if it's true because it was based on like a run-in I had last week. But a woman came up to me. I was at A-List, and A-List is like it's like a brand plate, like you pick up clothes and stuff like that. And this woman came up to me and was like, "Oh my God, my best friend is going to be the new housewife of Beverly Hills."
Oh.
She said her name,
okay,
but I didn't remember because I didn't know who she is.
And it wasn't Rachel Zoe?
No.
Shit. Wait. All right, is this an exclusive?
Yes.
Okay.
But again, I'm sure you hear this every day. Oh, they asked me to be a housewife.
Right.
Oh, so like who knows? But she very confident. And she said she has really young kids and she's really nervous about getting divorced. Like they're going to try to ruin her marriage. I'm like, that's what everyone says. It's like normal. But she said she's so excited and she's like, she can't wait to film with you. I was
Who the hell is okay?
But hold on. So then by saying that to me, I was like, I wasn't on last year. So she goes, oh, I don't watch it. I didn't know you were off. I'm like, oh, she's like, she's so excited.
But that's
like,
pretty common. People don't realize you're off. Like a lot of people don't realize that I'm not a housewife, to be honest.
Right. So fair. But I was like, so maybe her information was wrong.
Right.
But she was very confident. Like it wasn't like, we didn't say like, I'm like, are you sure? I was just like, oh, okay. Like, I'm not going to say anything, you know?
Who the hell is it?
Yeah. So she said there's supposed to be another one with like a husband and young kids.
Okay.
Which is great because Rachel Zoe's divorced. There's no one married on the show.
No one's married.
No one's married. So it sounds like there's going to be someone else.
Okay. Who is this mystery house guest that might be coming on?
I don't know.
Who's not Rachel Zoe?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know her. I've never heard of her.
So what are the clues? She has young kids. She lives in Beverly Hills.
She's married. And she's
married.
Panicked about like the show making her get divorced. Which is, I think everyone's panicked. Yeah. Like when you're married with kids.
That's a very valid concern.
That's always number one if you're in a good marriage.
Yeah.
So
who do you think it is?
All I know is that she's like, this woman's like, she's told all of us that she's on. All our friends know. She's so excited. Like she can't wait. She's so ready
Crystal,
to be
this
famous.
is your world.
I was like,
who do you think it is?
No, she said her name, but I didn't know her. I don't know her. That's the point. She's like, oh, do you know my friend Dead Eyes?
Can you tell me? Maybe I know her.
I don't remember because I don't know her. Ugh. But
I feel like you would probably know
but you were
her.
asking me when did they release the names. So sometimes they release new people at when they air. when they're filming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the new Housewives. Sometimes they announce it after they're done filming because they're not sure how it goes. Because, like, let's say you announce someone before they start filming.
Got it.
Like, and something crazy happens.
Right.
Like, you want to cut them down to a
Mhm.
friend or
Mhm.
whatever it is. So, like, I'm not sure. But I know that they're filming Housewives now already, Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm. They're filming.
They're filming.
Yep.
So,
Well,
I
wait
don't
a
know who it
minute.
is.
Wait a minute. Okay, so Garceau left. Rachel Zoe came in. Are they even looking for another housewife? Or
That's
did
what
they only want one other one? Because they already have one, but they want 2 more housewives?
So I think it's 2. So I think it's Rachel and this girl.
But I feel like,
I could be totally.
do you guys normally have, like, how many housewives would that be?
So that's only 7 now.
And you guys normally just only have 7, right?
7 or 8. Yeah.
Sometimes you guys have 8?
Yeah.
Are you?
We
But
had
you're
8.
including Jennifer.
No.
Oh, that's
N-
like actual housewives.
Housewives.
Oh.
So I heard 7 is their ideal.
okay.
And last year they had 6. And this year, if this woman's correct,
Okay.
it'll be 7 plus friends.
Well, honey, like after Sweet 16 of Atlanta, it's good to have a couple of housewives on deck because ours were like dropping like flies.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
lost 2
right.
in our season.
So you want to, they never know what's going to happen. So you need a little more people. And then, like, I think I said this before a couple episodes ago, but like, I remember someone, one of the producers said to me, because my first season, there was like 10 of us. It was huge. And people were like, why so big? Because it was COVID. You couldn't film with other people in the public.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to fill the camera space.
Mm-hmm.
So they had so many extra housewives that year. There was just like a lot of us. So now, like, but some casts, they have like 5 housewives.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had 5.
But that's a lot of
We
pressure.
usually have at least 6.
Yeah.
But maybe we had 5. I
Yeah.
can't remember. But
But this year, oh my God, they're going to have to talk about Erica's husband.
yeah.
He went to prison, or he's
Yeah.
going to, I think he has to check in July
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of filming.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing.
Yep.
It's so crazy to watch that trajectory. I remember my second week of filming, she said she was getting divorced, and now he's going to prison. Like, I can't even,
Yeah. It's
like,
crazy.
whoa.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff happens. I mean, they really, Housewives, it's a little scary sometimes,
Yeah.
you know?
I've seen a lot.
Yeah, you have. But on that note, should we say goodbye
Yes.
in Korean?
Are we going to say it in Korean?
Yes, we are. Hold
Okay. You guys, this was great. I know we got off to a very nasty start.
on. Your fault.
Uh,
Your fault.
and we kind of kept it going because then we got into whole fellatio. Like it was a little nasty episode this episode, but
You said the word. I love
we're gonna
it.
clean it up on the next one a little
Okay,
bit.
ready? Okay.
What, I said fellatio wrong?
No, you said no. I said I'm just happy that you said it. You finally
Okay.
said it. Okay.
Fellatio.
안녕히 가세요.
What?
Didn't we just say that, Aaron?
안녕히 가세요.
안녕하세요.
Anues Casio.
안녕히 가세요.
안녕하세요.
Anume Casio.
Okay, it is. Love ya. Bye.
Bye.